It took you a while to realize, but you're dead. Looking for a way out of purgatory, you decide to give hell a try. However, it seems you'll have to go through an interview process first. Maybe heaven would have been easier after all. Ticket number 1,005,002, please. Follow me, please. We'll be ready for you in just a second. Would you like something to drink? Battery acid, synthetic resin? All the better. We're out anyway. I apologize for the long waiting time. There's lots of souls coming by for an interview nowadays, so it took a couple millennia longer than we expected. A demon will be with you shortly. Did you bring your CV? Your charity value report, of course. You know, the document they gave you at the check-in into the afterlife. Please don't tell me you dropped it in the lava pool in the waiting area. In which case, I'm telling you right now, you need to revisit check-in and then return to the back of the line. Ah, very good. You're a reasonable sort, it seems. You'd think incidents like burnt CVs would be a rather rare occurrence, but some people seem to get impatient and do all sorts of outrageous things. Well, seeing as we're quite understaffed at the moment, it looks like I have been the one assigned to interview you. All the better. Show me your proof of death and your CV, please. Proof of death looks okay. A rather gruesome cause. I like it. You can make it pretty far in this world with proper cause of death. Not everyone is as lucky as you to have died in such a respectable manner. Now, I assume you know that a negative charity value of 1,000 is necessary to enter hell without having to go through the interview process. That's why you're here, after all. Unless Lucifer assigned waiting as a punishment again, in which case I'd appreciate being told so before I let you answer all these questions. Let's see. Oh. I've never seen anything like this before. Sure, there's people with just a couple 100 points, but, 0. You're truly neutral. You're aware that even with a successful interview, most applicants over -500 still aren't granted admission into hell, right? Oh well. Let's give it a shot then. Shall we? All we've got to lose is time, and we've got plenty of that down here. So, let's take a look at your past lives then. You've lived through 10 so far. Is that correct? Seems like some of these are pretty unremarkable. A lot of goody two-shoes type stuff. Though I am very intrigued by your second life. We don't have to talk about the specifics, obviously. But straight A's across the board for this one. Your low donation counts, lie count, sin meter, etc., they all look pretty good to me, and your lack of faith during this time was phenomenal, if I may say. Lots of achievements during your lifetime. A perfect picture of sin and selfish gain. So, the one question that remains about this life is, what exactly motivated you to reach such excellence? Surely it mustn't have been easy to be this selfish. What was your reasoning? I get it. It was only your second life, so the memory of it can be a bit blurry. But please try to remember as much as you can. I'm trying to stir this conversation into a direction that favors you, but you need to cooperate. Because, honestly speaking, I'm not very impressed with the rest of your lives. Sure, you had an amazing start and showed a lot of potential very early on, but your charity value has been completely deplenished again by the lives that followed. Where did that spark go? Where's the seed of evil that used to be so prominently within you? Alright, let's go then. You're not making this easy on me. Let's see. Your third life seemed pretty promising at first as well. You cheated your way through school and college, became a successful CEO, amassed more wealth than most people could even dream of. You yelled at your employees daily, and you supported some morally questionable business practices. But then, and I cannot stress enough how much this disappoints me, you decided to leave your fortune to several organizations helping kids in need. Of all things. Do you realize your charity value is affected by what happens with your legacy, even after your death? Seriously, this one could have been huge. Not as great as the previous life, of course, but it could have swayed your score into the negative by a good bit. What a waste. Seriously. Let's skip over this fourth life. That score makes my skin crawl. Fifth doesn't seem too bad, though. No major donations, rarely held any doors open. Oh, you even stole a seat from a pregnant lady on a bus once. But, unfortunately, all those little victories seem to be weighed up by equally little losses. You returned a wallet, you smiled at a baby, and a couple too many church visits. See, if you had kept up all those small little deeds throughout all your 10 lives and held back on the God-honoring stuff, you could have easily made it to around 600 negative points. This would have given you much better chances at getting into hell. Maybe even the inner rings. You see? It's not always about being the worst. You can be mediocrely awful and still make it somewhere in life. You've given up after just a couple of lives, which is very sad, to be honest. I know that you would have had the ability to go truly awful, but, well, here we are. You know, I'm really not sure there's much sense in continuing this interview. I mean, sure, your 7th life was pretty good. You even murdered someone. But it was neither cruel nor for vengeance. Unfortunately, taking out someone with a score of minus 1200 does not count as much towards your own score, as protecting others is considered an honorable deed by most of the mortal population. I'm sorry. As much as I'd like to make a better outcome happen for you, the gates of hell will not just open for somebody who occasionally stepped on a puppy paw. Tell you what, why don't you go try your luck at heaven instead? You do have a score of 0 after all. If you're eligible for an interview here, you should qualify to take the Pearly Gates one as well. Maybe that'll go better for you. Not that it's nearly as much fun up there as it is here, but it might be your best option. Unless you want to try again and live another life. Good luck in heaven. Have an awful day.